I'm sorry, Kamil. We have to let you go. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say or do. I just sat there. A few seconds felt like hours. I had to immediately collect my belongings and leave the premises. A flashback to the Jerry Maguire moment came to mind, except there was no one else following me out the office, just me and my bag. Welcome to the Academy Podcast with Kamil Shah. My name is Kamil Shah, former architect turned mindset coach. And each week I'll bring you an inspiring person or message to help remind you that it's possible. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in from across the globe, for setting aside the time to learn and grow with me and my guests on this show. Without further ado, let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode of the Academy Podcast with me, Kamil Shah. My wish for you as you're listening to this, as always, is that you're in a state of peace. Now, in this short episode, I want to briefly explore and remind us all, beginning with myself, first and foremost, of the power of determination and why you should never give up on your dreams. Now, we all have dreams, right? Some are much fancier and grander than others. But whatever it is, we all have something that we all desire and want. More money, a beautiful relationship, a successful career, whatever it is, we create a picture of what we want in our life, ideally. But as you know, life has a way of keeping us on our toes, right? I always say this, life is not linear. It will always have its ups and downs. That's why it's called life, right? It often throws curveballs and challenges our way, but it's our ability to deal with these challenges and persist that defines our journey towards success. In order to grow and go further towards our dreams, we need to embrace the struggle, not avoid it. Now, no one said the road to success would be easy. In fact, it's often the challenges and obstacles that make the journey worthwhile. Instead of seeing difficulties as roadblocks, how about taking a different perspective and outlook and view them as opportunities for growth? Remember that diamonds are created under pressure. We all go through certain setbacks in our lives, right? I know I've had my fair share. Now, let me share a personal story with you. Something which not many people know, but I'm sure some of you may have gone through at some point in your life. I had just graduated from university and was eager to start my journey into architecture. I was fortunate enough to have been offered a job in one of the big architecture firms in the UK. Naturally, I was thrilled and had high hopes about making it big with my concepts and ideas for buildings. Now, the first couple of weeks went really well. I was involved from the get-go and started to draft some designs which impressed the senior director of the firm. Granted, I was still new to the job, but it felt as if I fitted in and everything was going smoothly. Just graduated and landed a job with a big firm. What could go wrong, right? Well, one Monday morning, as I walked into the office, I felt as if something was off. Something wasn't quite right. I began to notice that some of my colleagues weren't as casual as usual. In fact, some tried to avoid talking or even making eye contact with me altogether, right? It felt odd, but I shrugged it off, sat at my desk and turned on the computer. Now, after checking my emails, I went to get my morning coffee from the pantry. About half an hour later, the senior director came to my desk and asked if we could meet in the meeting room. That odd feeling came back and was now growing even more, right? Still unsure about what was going on, I joined him and another colleague in the meeting room. As we sat, the senior director began to talk and explained that the work that I had done over the past few weeks was great and they were extremely happy about what I had done. They liked the designs I was coming up with and had no issues with my work technically. But, yes, there's always a but, that infamous but. I'm sorry, Kamil, we have to let you go. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say or do. I just sat there. A few seconds felt like hours. Deafening silence in the meeting room. Now, I wasn't sure if they were expecting an outburst from me or a scene, but I was too stunned to do anything. We'll pay you for the time you've been here, but the company has made a decision. We have to let you go. I had to immediately collect my belongings and leave the premises. Now, a flashback to the Jerry Maguire moment came to mind, except there was no one else following me out of the office, just me and my bag. It wasn't until much later that I found that the firm was downsizing and eventually would close that particular branch. It was the classic case of last one in, first one out. I was distraught and felt as if the whole world was falling apart, even before it began. One of the things that got me through was something that my father told me after I shared the news with him. It's okay. It happens. You did your best. There's something better waiting for you. These words formed the foundation of my determination to keep going, no matter what. No, it wasn't straightforward. Yes, it took some time, but the experience gave me the time and space to dig deep, to never give up, develop patience and resilience in knowing something better awaits. I just needed to keep going and not to lose faith. Countless CVs were sent to companies and no callbacks. There were times I wanted to give up, but I could feel it was coming, that something better was coming. A few months later, I received a call from a company saying they received my CV and think I could help them grow. I would eventually join this architecture firm, and it paved the way for so many things for me in my life, both professionally and personally. The skills which I've gained as a life coach were developed during my time there. As they say, the rest is history. Hello and welcome to the Kamil Shah Success Academy. My name is Kamil Shah and I'm absolutely thrilled and excited to be able to share with you the various learning content in this academy. As a Jay Shetty certified coach, I truly believe that within everyone lies a unique personal genius waiting to be unlocked. I also believe that you, yes you, already have the answers inside of you. However, without guidance, the answers remain hidden, and this is where most of the pain in our lives come from. And that is the inability to find our own answers to overcome the challenges we face. Here is where this academy can offer that guidance. I have drawn from my own professional experience working in the private, public, and education sectors for over 20 years, as well as my personal experience in personal development to craft the various learning content in this academy. You will find courses related to career development, lifestyle, mindfulness, and various other content to help you upgrade your knowledge. I also believe that the path to success and happiness is through learning. You might be saying, Kamil, I'm done with education. I went to school as a kid, I didn't like it, and I don't think I've learned very much. Wait, hold on a minute. Hear me out. I completely understand where you're coming from. In fact, I was one of those kids. I didn't enjoy my school years, wasn't engaged, and didn't even see the relevance of what was being taught to what I wanted to do. Now, I believe the art of learning encompasses three key aspects. First, it should be fun. Second, it should also be engaging. And third, it should give you value. This is what I believe the Kamil Shah Success Academy gives you. Now, you might also be saying, Kamil, I'm too old to learn anything new. Listen, you know the saying that goes, you can't teach an old dog a new trick, right? It's no longer valid. It's not true, okay? Contrary to common belief out there, research has shown that thanks to neuroplasticity, and that is the ability of the brain to establish new neural pathways and connections, our brain is able to develop and grow even into adulthood. Prior to this, it was thought that only children benefited from neuroplasticity and that exponential growth in learning only occurs during childhood. It was once thought that when we reach adulthood, we are somehow hardwired and can't learn anything new, right? That is all now irrelevant. Why is this important? Think about it. If you are in a particular job, for example, and think that this is it, or this is the only job I have for the rest of my life because I don't think I can learn anything more or anything new, right? Well, think again. More research has shown that being active physically and mentally throughout one's adulthood can actually reduce the risk of premature death. Studies show that people who retire early have a higher risk of death than those who retire later in life. So, learning is one of the essential means to keep developing your skills and your life so that you can help yourself help others, right? I have put my heart and soul into setting up this academy because I truly believe in the power of knowledge. They say that knowledge only has the potential to be powerful if acted upon. In other words, knowledge is potential power. Without action, it remains stagnant. This is where you come in. By upgrading your own knowledge, you can be the catalyst for change, not only for yourself, not only for the people that you love, not only for your friends, but also for anyone who has had the privilege to come across your path in their journeys. You are truly special. Now believe that. You have the ability to change and transform your life and the lives of others. And this change can happen by upgrading your knowledge. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So, initiate that change that you've been waiting for by signing up to the courses in the Kamil Shah Success Academy. I'll see you soon. If you want to know more and start your journey today, then visit the Academy at academy.kamilshah.com. The website again, academy.kamilshah.com. Back to today's episode. You see, what I've learned along the way is to see setbacks as setups for comebacks. Every setback is a chance for a comeback. When we face setbacks, don't lose hope. Instead, learn from our experiences, adapt, and come back even stronger. The most successful people have encountered numerous failures before reaching their goals. It's that burning desire to come back stronger each time. Take Michael Jordan, for example. What sets him apart from the rest of his peers is his burning desire to use defeat as fuel to come back stronger. He admitted that he was so devastated that he cried on the bus after losing the game to Detroit Pistons in 1990, which ended Chicago Bulls' hopes of winning the championship that year. He knew he had to work harder than anybody else on the team, and that he did. The next year, Chicago Bulls won the championship, and a big part of that was due to him using his setback as a comeback. Now, at the same time, stay focused on your why. In the moments of doubt, we have to remind ourselves of why we started our journey in the first place. Reconnecting with our why can reignite our passion and determination. It's the fuel that keeps us going, even when the path seems unclear. Next, surround ourselves with support. Don't be afraid to seek support from friends, family, mentors, or even the wider community that shares your goals and values. Having a support network can provide encouragement, guidance, and a sense of accountability. For example, a coach can help guide you by sharing strategies and feedback as you progress along your journey. Ultimately, you have to do the work, but a coach can be there to guide you along the way. Also, don't forget to celebrate small wins. Big goals can seem overwhelming, but breaking them down into smaller, manageable milestones makes them more achievable. Celebrate every small win along the way. These mini celebrations keep your motivation high. For example, getting a small pay rise, getting a call back from a potential employer, like my case, or even someone that you admire. It all adds up. Yes, there's a long way to go, but pausing and celebrating the small wins helps us stay motivated and hungry. Mindset matters. Your mindset is a powerful tool. It's a shame that not many people see its true potential. We need to cultivate a growth mindset that sees challenges and opportunities for learning and growth. We need to believe in our ability to adapt and overcome. We need to understand that before anything is created physically, it is first created in the mind. So, don't undermine the power of your mind. You'll be surprised how powerful it can be. At the same time, never lose sight of your dreams. Success often requires patience and persistence. It might not happen overnight, but by staying committed to your dreams and consistently working towards them, you'll inch closer every day. Remember, you are not alone. Many successful individuals face numerous rejections and failures before achieving their goals. Walt Disney, J.K. Rowling, and Thomas Edison all experienced setbacks on their paths to success. Walt Disney was rejected 300 times for his theme park. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers for Harry Potter. And Thomas Edison famously failed nearly 3,000 times before eventually reaching a working design for the electric light bulb. What sets them apart was their unwavering determination to never give up. So, as you navigate through your own journey, keep in mind that success is not about avoiding the failures, but about refusing to give up. Keep pushing forward, stay resilient, and remember that your dreams are worth the effort. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." I hope this short episode has inspired you to take action. Do share your own stories of persistence and determination with me. I'd love to hear from you. Simply DM me on Instagram at @IamKamilShah. Let's help inspire each other to keep chasing our dreams. Until the next episode, stay safe, stay healthy, and peace and love from me always. Before we end today, I want to give a shout out to those of you who have been writing in and leaving your feedback about the Academy podcast. I've been going through some of them and I want to read them out today. Rachel says, "I love the show. So many incredible guests and a variety of topics. Thank you, Rachel, for listening and sharing your feedback. This just motivates me to get more inspiring guests on the show." Here's another one from Syed who says, "I recently had the pleasure of tuning into Kamil's podcast, and I must say it left quite an impression. This podcast is engaging, informative, entertaining, thought-provoking, and certainly worth your time. Thank you, Syed, for those kind words, and I hope it can continue to inspire you, your family, and friends." Thank you again for giving your feedback, and I hope all of you tuning in, if you haven't done so already, can give your own feedback about the show. Which episodes resonate with you? What have you learned from them? How have they changed your life in a positive way? Do leave your comments and I'll read them out. You can leave your feedback at www.kamilshah.com/podcast. The site again, www.kamilshah.com/podcast. A quick reminder again to subscribe to the Academy podcast with me, Kamil Shah, on whatever platform you get the podcast on. Don't forget to follow me and my guests on social media and tag us with your favorite episodes. Until the next episode, stay safe, stay healthy, and peace and love from me always.